7th meeting of the Paducah Planning and Zoning Commission to order and ask that you stand with us as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Mr. Summer, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Benberry, Commissioner Bradford.
Here.
Commissioner Morrison.
Here.
Commissioner Pollard.
Here.
Commissioner Schramke.
Here.
Commissioner Wade.
Here.
Chair Crecilius.
Here. Mr. Wade, you have the minutes motion.
I move that the reading of the minutes for January 3rd, 2020 be waived and that the minutes of said meeting as prepared by staff be approved as written.
Second.
Second by Schramke. Are there any corrections? Changes? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wade.
Aye.
Commissioner Bradford.
Aye.
Commissioner Morrison.
Aye.
Commissioner Pollard.
Aye.
Commissioner Schramke.
Aye.
Chair Crecilius.
Aye. We have one item of business tonight. It is a public hearing. And Ms. Schramke, would you read that item for us, please?
I move that this commission adopt a resolution recommending the M2 heavy industrial zone classification for property located at 1110 to 1116 Lincoln Avenue. I further move the following conditions be placed on said approval as follows. Number 1, a 6-foot-tall privacy fence shall be installed on the north and west sides of the site. 2, all exterior lighting shall be pointed downward or shielded to keep light contained to the site. 3, a waiver of subdivision will be required to be submitted to the planning department to combine all the lots or the lots the proposed storage facility will sit upon minimum. 4, a site plan will be required to be submitted to the planning department showing all the proposed improvements. 5, in no instance shall the site ever be utilized as a junkyard, animal hospital, or kennel.
Second.
Second by Morrison. Is there anyone here to speak tonight?
David Johnston.
Please come to the podium.
David Johnston and Gina Johnston, we own the property and as requesting for the zoning change.
And you're wanting a storage facility? Would these be individual storage facilities?
No, I just recently sold a building which is next door, and over the years we've just accumulated a lot of toys and like a Jeep and stuff. So I just want a storage building to neatly place items inside, just to store our things.
So this would not be a commercial storage building?
No.
This is a
No, just a
personal.
a residential or private, yeah. No commercial. I have a boat and I have a Jeep, just some things like that need to be stored.
Josh, I think it's interesting, and perhaps it could use a little bit of explanation of why the number 5 shouldn't, it says it should not be utilized as a junkyard, animal hospital, or kennel. I mean, why not, a chicken house? I mean, you want to explain that a little bit?
Right, I sure will. The proposed zoning that it's going to would be M2, if approved. Now, M2 is a little bit different than the light industrial in that we allow those heavier type, more dense uses like junkyards, animal hospitals, and kennels. This area of the city is transitional in nature, where there is a lot of industrial at the site, but things like animal hospitals and kennels and junkyards would be inappropriate here because there is residences right next door. There is one single-family home to the north of the site, and there's other single-family homes to the west across the alley. So we wouldn't want to introduce a use that would be more noxious than what would be allowed in the M1.
And inclusive in that is also a noise factor. I mean, when you say kennels, et cetera.
Exactly.
Which I assume is not going to be an
What type
issue.
of things would be
No.
permitted in M1?
Everything residential and everything commercial. And what's specifically allowed in the M1 is storage buildings or places that can have outside of storage. And that's generally the kicker, as opposed to commercial. In a commercial zone, you have to have things stored inside a building generally, except for like garden implements and that type of thing. Whereas in the M1 zone, light industrial, you can have outside storage. And in this case, being a storage building in itself, those are principally permitted in the M1 zone.
I guess my question is why they're requesting an M2 heavy industrial zone instead of an M1?
Because M2 is adjacent to the site as opposed to M1.
Okay.
That makes sense.
This would be a
And that's-
standalone in one zone, not
It'd be
connected to
spot
any
zoning
others.
otherwise, yeah.
I'm sorry.
So if we change it to M1, it would be just one little island of M1.
Spot zoning.
Divorced from any
Spot
other
zoning.
M1.
Right.
That illuminated
sense.
the whole issue.
Yes, it
Okay.
did.
Okay.
That was my biggest question about it, and so
Right.
there's your answer. Okay. Are there any other questions or comments? Is there anyone else?
The restrictions or the suggestions that they're saying on here, you're in agreement with this, the 6-foot tall fence, the light shining down, et cetera?
We are,
You have no problem with any of those, so this was discussed previously with,
not at all.
Great.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak tonight? If not, we'll close this and public hearing, and we'll go to the vote. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Shramky,
aye.
Commissioner Wade,
Aye.
Commissioner Bradford,
Aye.
Commissioner Morrison,
Aye.
Commissioner Pollard,
Aye.
Chair Casillas.
Aye. Is there any other business to come before the commission tonight? If not, we stand adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. We don't always have
37?
5:37.
petitioners showing up and telling us their part of it.